The people of Earth called it the Cerulean Accord, but it was never truly an agreement. It was an ultimatum. When the Thalari Empire descended from the stars, they made their demands clear. Earth would submit, pay tribute, and surrender its best and brightest for imperial conscription, or be reduced to ash. Resistance meant annihilation. Humanity chose survival. And so, every year, a transport shuttle departed from a remote Antarctic port, carrying hand-picked humans to serve across the empire in everything from diplomacy to labor, and sometimes less noble tasks. Darren Cole, a lanky mechanic from Nebraska with a rusted degree and a bitter ex-girlfriend, never imagined he'd be chosen. He wasn't brilliant, nor genetically superior. He had no high marks or elite lineage. But through some clerical error or cosmic joke, his name showed up on the draft list. "I'm a nobody," he told the Imperial recruiter. The armored Thalari woman narrowed her alien yellow eyes. "Then earn your worth in the stars. Or perish unremarked." The Thalari capital world, Arovia, was a mosaic of violet skies and spiraling crystalline towers. Darren arrived in chains, not out of punishment but because all human recruits were considered non-citizen auxiliaries. He was thrown into a massive military compound, the Imperial Training Crucible, where thousands trained to serve the Empire's demands. The Thalari didn't train with patience. Discipline came in the form of electro-whips and brutal sparring drills. Darren failed most of them. He couldn't lift the shock rifles without wobbling. He tripped in powered armor. He vomited in zero-G. The instructors mocked him in their melodic tongue, and other recruits, both alien and human, started calling him Reject. Darren endured it all with a cracked smile and a single promise to himself. "I'll survive. That's what humans do." Then came the trial of presence, a public arena exercise attended by nobility, where the best trainees displayed their prowess. Darren wasn't meant to be in it, but his name was read aloud. He was thrust into the arena alongside other recruits, expected to impress or be dismissed. His heart pounded as the gates opened to thunderous alien applause. The test. Disable a Thalari warbeast, a six-legged predator with armor-thick skin and a volatile temperament. The crowd expected a show of dominance. Darren just wanted to live. While others charged the beast, Darren scanned the environment. He noticed the heat lamps. The beast avoided them. Hated heat. He ran, not toward the warbeast, but toward the lamps, smashing their controls. Sparks burst. Heat levels soared. The creature roared and backed away. Another recruit tried to tackle it, only to be thrown across the arena. Darren grabbed a flamer from a fallen drone and doused the perimeter in scorching fire. The war beast whimpered, trapped in a shrinking ring of its aversion. Darren didn't kill it. He caged it mentally. Silence fell. Then a slow rising clap came from the Imperial balcony. From her, Princess Cerisa Thalari, crowned heir of the Empire, renowned warrior, the royal with no mercy. Till now. Darren was summoned that night, not to be punished but to dine. The chamber was carved from white obsidian, lit by bioluminescent vines that dripped from the ceiling. He entered nervously, armor scuffed, still tasting sand from the arena. Princess Cerisa waited at the center of the room, flanked by guards who glared at him like he was dirt. She was stunning, 7 feet tall, crimson skin adorned with ceremonial gold tattoos. Her horns curved like royal daggers. Her eyes glowed with a predator's grace. "You're Darren Cole," she said, voice like rippling thunder. "Yes, your radiance. You were not selected for this trial. I noticed. You were not bred for combat." "Nope. And yet you did not flee. I hate running in front of crowds. Silence again. Then a breath. Was that a laugh? I like your answer, Cerisa said. You used your mind. You understood your limits. The others failed by trying to be what they were not. Darren scratched his head. I just didn't want to die horribly. That, too, is wisdom. From that moment, Cerisa took a strange interest in him. She invited him to strategic briefings. She watched his progress. Rumors flew among the recruits. The reject has royal eyes on him. Some resented him. Others feared what it meant. But Cerisa didn't offer favors. She offered trials. She pushed Darren harder than the others. She gave him ancient texts to read on Thalari tactics, taught him to think like her people did, ruthlessly and without apology. And still she never smiled. Until the rebellion. A rogue Thalari noble launched an insurrection on a frontier moon, aiming to destabilize Cerisa's claim to the throne. It was swift, brutal, and unexpected. Cerisa led the response force herself, and Darren, now officially a junior tactician, insisted on accompanying her. You are not a warrior, she warned. I'm not here to swing swords, he said. I'm here because you once told me I understood my limits. She allowed it. The battle was a massacre. Cerisa's dropship was hit mid-flight and crash-landed in a burning forest of glass trees. Only a few survived. Darren pulled Cerisa from the wreckage, bloodied and semi-conscious. Her leg was shattered. We have to move, he said. He hissed. Leave me. Save yourself. No offense, princess, but I didn't drag myself across galaxies just to let you die in some ditch. He rigged a makeshift splint, dragged her for miles, hid from patrols, scavenged local plants he vaguely remembered from training as medicinal. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. When reinforcements finally found them, Darren hadn't slept in 3 days. The medics rushed to the princess. One asked Darren, "What did you do to her?" He collapsed from exhaustion. When Darren woke, he was in a silk-lined chamber. Not a prison. Palace. Cerisa stood beside him, armor gone, clothed in ceremonial garb. Her face bore no makeup, only the scars of battle. You disobeyed orders, she said softly. I do that. You saved my life. He nodded. That too. I owe you a blood debt. No one, not even my elite, carried me through fire the way you did. Darren shrugged. You're my friend. Or something like it. She tilted her head. In Thalari custom, a friend who saves a royal becomes part of their blood circle. Trusted. Revered. Sounds fancy. It is. You will have influence, authority, and enemies. Great. I've always wanted more people to dislike me. Cerisa stepped closer and her voice dropped. You were rejected by your people, mocked by mine, yet you showed more honor than 10,000 nobles. You've earned reverence in the Empire's eyes. Darren blinked. You're serious. I do not jest, Darren Cole. I want you at my side. Not as a servant. As my shield. The title was sacred. The personal protector of the imperial heir. It was both blessing and curse. People will hate me for this, Darren whispered. They already do, she replied. So let's give them a reason. Years passed. Darren rose not through bloodshed, but through brilliance. Where Thalari generals fought with pride, he fought with practicality. He won battles by outthinking the enemy. He made allies of once scorned species. He convinced Cerisa to spare a rebel city once doomed for destruction, and that act alone began to change the Empire's perception of mercy. The Reject had become a legend. And then came the coronation.